Okie dokie. It is 6 p.m. It starts. Just make sure I've got everything set up currently. I think I do. I'm just going to take a minute. If there's anyone here, just let me know if you can hear me. Is the music too loud? That kind of thing. I can't really tell because I'm wearing headphones. Just give it 5 minutes and then we'll see what's happening. Seems alright? Okie dokie. You can hear me. Okay, good. Alright. I'm going to return out of the options menu. And we're going to start. Woohoo! Hi, everybody. Playing the Friendship Simulator. Woohoo! Okay, here we go. You've just crash landed on a planet called Alternia and staggered from the smoldering wreckage of your ship. You are now completely alone in a strange world. Desperate for information, for provisions, and possibly a bit of medical attention. But most of all, you are desperate for friendship. Bright yellow text. Won't someone on this godforsaken rock be your buddy? Any weirdo would do. You're not that picky. Hang on. What's this now? Is someone approaching? Oh, here we go. Who are we picking? I already know who I'm picking. Who are we picking? Hot dog boy. Diemen. I'm gonna call him Diemen because it's funnier. Yes, someone is approaching. A strange, gray-skinned alien with a cozy-looking hoodie. Perhaps they'll make for a good friend. What's up? Oh, I like his theme. Oof. Hang on, sorry. I didn't get a good look at you before I started talking. I guess you're really weird looking, says the guy with hot dogs for horns. I'm kind of uncomfortable about this. Your stammering reply eventually conveys that you are a lost traveler who is hungry and probably in some need of medical treatment. You're also really lonely. I wouldn't mind making a new friend right about now. Hungry, huh? I see what your game is. You aren't sure what he's talking about, then your eyes drift towards the obvious target, that exquisite hot dog he's holding. It looks really, really good. Your mouth starts watering noticeably. Please don't make this M-rated. Like, actually make it a dating sim. Aw. This is gonna be great. Ah, no. I knew it. You're just like all the rest. Your agenda is to have me relinquish my delicacy. Well, forget it. I've been tricked out of 2 other oblong meat products this week already. I know you probably think I'm an easy mark due to my blood color, but I have some dignity at least. You don't know anything about his blood color or why that would matter in this conversation about this hot dog. You're hungry, sure, but you didn't mean to cast a threatening gaze at his meal. All you really wanted to do is make a new buddy, so you don't really feel quite so alone in this strange new world. I see. You just want a friend and not my sweet meat. I'm sure there's people who want your sweet meat. Goddamn. Okay. Sorry I got a little paranoid when I walk around with such delicacies in public. You can't be too careful. Folks tend to get the greedy-looking eyes around their warm I can't do this. Oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna have to read all of this out loud. Okay. Yes, you warm sausage. Oh boy, this is just gonna be all innuendos, isn't it? It is. These are odd ways to express the things he's saying, you think, but it would be rude to point this out. Probably best to change the subject. Get this blossoming friendship moving in the right direction. Oh, there's actual choices. Ask if he lives nearby. Ask if you can have a bite of his hot dog. It looks amazing. Okay, we might be doing some multiple playthroughs here, because I want to see everything. Obviously asking him about his hot dog is going to make him angry. Let's ask if he lives nearby. Yeah, or I used to. Or I used to, I mean. My place was bombed by drones a while ago. I now don't have a hive, but I'm making it work out here. Foraging for tasty things when I can. I've gotten pretty good at it. Talking to people into giving me meat products, I mean. You quickly feel a sense of pity for your new friend. You thought you had it rough, crash landing here, hungry and friendless, and come to think of it, feels like your arm is broken? Your ribs too, maybe, but enough self-pity. This is about making a new great friend. You ask your friend if there's anything you can do to improve his life. Oh wait, are we friends now? Is that like official? I mean, man, I don't know. Why don't we slow down a bit, see how things go? Not saying it's out of the question, I just think I should take some time to see if you're actually friendship material. Someone to trust, you know, not another looky-loo gunning for my delicacy. Oh damn, you got over your skis again. Of course, he's right, this is totally reasonable. You feel sure that you can do what it takes to win him over. You make a mental note to avoid looking at or mentioning his hot dog, since it seems to be a sensitive subject. You do everything in your power to avert your gaze from the hot dog. You are aggressively not looking at it, in fact. Don't think hot dog thoughts. Don't think hot dog thoughts. It's working. You aren't thinking about hot dogs at all. It's like he isn't even holding one, and no one ever even brought up the fact that hot dogs exist. He seems to notice, on some primal level, your current non-hot dog mindset. He smiles. You pay closer attention to this boy's face. It's a nice smile he has, actually. Very kind, disarming. A few freckles here and there, a mop of messy hair draping over his eyes. This is a dating sim. This is a dating sim. We've been lied to. This is a dating sim. What a nice friend this would be to have, you think. He's kind of adorable, really, if you disregard the prickly attitude about his hot dog. Okay, wait a minute. You don't want to start thinking thoughts that are too friendly. You should dial this down a little. Stick to the basics. You just want a cool new friend, nothing more. You should try to spark up some non-meat related conversation soon before things get awkward. You wonder about his house. It got bombed? Yeah, you know. Routine drum passed through my hood. A little bombing, little culling. That's how it goes around here. I was the lucky one. My Lucis, not so much. He's a goner. Oh, he's crying. Oh, that's sad. Oh, he has actual blood-colored tears. Aw, poor Diemen. Diemen. You don't know what a Lucis is, but you can deduce it was someone important to him who probably died in the bombing. Rather than overwhelm him with annoying questions about his culture, you decide to play the right play is to show some sympathy. Thanks. I miss him. Sometimes I think I enjoy savory bun delights as a way of covering up the pain. They're so good it's hard to stop. I also favored the juicy meats before he died anyway. It's something we did together. Sniff. How did we start talking about my hot dog once more? Let's drop it. Please, dude. Don't bring it up again. You didn't bring it up, but you don't want to correct him. The boy is clearly grieving. You see two faint red tears roll down his cheeks from behind the messy bangs. Your heart can't take it. You have to console this homeless boy somehow. Then he'll definitely be your friend. But what to do? Go for the friendly pat on the back, give him a reassuring hug. I'm gonna go for the friendly pat on the back, because he was like, whoa, let's take this, slow down, so he might think a hug is coming on a bit strong. You keep it simple, and pat him on the back a couple times. Everything's going to be okay. Since you're his new friend, or at least working towards earning that status, he has a new ally to help him with whatever comes his way. He wipes his tears and appears to get himself back together. Your friendly gesture worked. Yay. You're right. I shouldn't let the past get me down. In a way, I'm free. I'm off the grid. They probably think I died. No need to worry about any knocks on my door because I don't have a door anymore. Maybe I can live off the land for the rest of my life, scrounging for sumptuous indulgences wherever I may find them. By rummaging through awful drums or smooth-talking the right marks. Sounds like the life, honestly. I'll miss my Lucis, but I think he would be proud of me. If I can make it without him, if I can survive on my own, I know he would be proud. Maybe I don't even need to leave the planet? Maybe I can avoid taking the ordeals altogether. Can't test what you can't find. If I play my cards right, I could probably live off to a ripe old age on this planet without getting caught. I like hiding in alleys and sewers, scraping together just enough succulent proteins to keep myself going. Honestly, I don't even need to get by that long, since I have a much shorter lifespan than most trolls. So I think I might just be able to make this work. You look confused at the last remark, but again, don't want to be impolite. He holds up his hand as if to tell you not to bother. I can tell you're not from here, it's okay. Rustbloods don't live a long time. Blood classes higher up than me live progressively longer the higher you go up. Sea dwellers live basically forever. It's kind of crazy and seems unfair, but that's how it is. I'd be jealous of them, but I think I'm not. I'm almost grateful I don't have to very long to make it in this world. I don't know what I'd do if I had longer. I'm happy to settle into a nice short ride, keep a low profile, taking some good meat along the way. I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. Yeah, same. Pass me the hot dog. Death is coming. Nothing wrong with that life, if you ask me. You understand. It seems like a tragic story, but if your friend has made peace with his destiny, you might as well too. You offer a sympathetic shrug and continue your impressive streak of consecutive seconds not looking at his hot dog at all. He smiles again. He seems to be relaxing, gripping the hot dog a little less tightly. That's good. I know. You're good at listening. Or you know, you're good at listening. Not many people understand me at all. I keep reading his initial, hot dog bun bracket thing as an I. Not many people, but A lot of people find my overly possessive attitude towards meaty delights to be strange and off-putting. I've heard this more than once and lost some friends that way. Whew. There are some past personal dramas I do not want to think about, let me tell you. But you're different. Maybe you put me at ease because it's obvious you're even lower than me? No offense, but you are. Drones would vaporize a harmless goof like you, no questions asked. A hornless goof. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. You laugh it off. You're not scared, you say. You've survived worse. You pat your broken ribs and wince. You clutch your sore ribs with your broken arm and wince even harder because of that. Oh man, Looks like that arm hurts, huh? I guess it's broken. Let's see what I can do about that. Here, hold this a second. He hands you his hot dog without hesitation. Oh wow, he wants you to hold it. This is such a remarkable gesture of trust. You're overwhelmed. You gingerly take the hot dog with your good arm, being very careful. You hold the hot dog from beneath with your fingertips as if it's a priceless, delicate treasure. Then he takes off his vest and puts it on the ground. Then he takes off his shirt. I don't like where this is going. Oh no. You avert your eyes for a moment, then realize that's silly. Nothing particularly indecent about this, you suppose. If he's comfortable, so are you. Then he puts his vest back on, takes the hot dog back from you, and hands you the shirt. Look, he's like a hot dog himself now. He is the meat between the vesty buns. Here, I made a sling out of it. That should help. He's right, it does help. Your broken arm is a lot more comfortable and secure. The shirt smells like meat, too. You can't tell if you think that's a bonus or if it's weird. You decide it's a bonus. This is your new friend. He loves meat, and so do you. It's your greatest treasure, or it's your greatest common interest, in fact. Nice. You know, I think we'd make a pretty good team. I don't know if I'm ready to officially call you my friend yet, but maybe I'm getting close. You're pushing all the right buttons, man. Just being someone who listens and understands. You have no idea how much that means to me. You're so happy to hear this. It makes your heart sing. Well, if you're keeping it totally real, some of these things he's saying are just a little strange. Like, maybe this boy wasn't really socialized properly by his Lucis, you guess. You think that might be his dad, but again, you don't dare ask. Not when the positive feelings are flowing like this. Why kill the mood? He gets a little closer and swoops his hand through his thick black bangs. For the briefest moment, you catch a glimpse of one of his eyes, regarding you fondly. Your heart beats a little faster. He puts a hand on your shoulder. You're starting to wonder if all he's interested in is friendship. I knew it! This is a dating sim. I called it. You hope that's all he wants. You don't think you're ready for anything more than that. You're desperate for friendship, or really companionship of any sort. But that's moving pretty fast for you. But you're too nervous to make your feelings clear on all this. If he goes any further, you're not sure if you'll have the will to protest? Listen, dude. This gorgeous meat product that we both admire, I'm thinking, maybe we share it. I think that sounds good, actually. Oh my, yes, that sounds wonderful. You're so hungry, and you're beside yourself with gratitude that Diemen is willing to share with you something so precious to him. It really means a lot. Here, I have an idea. He brings his face close to yours. He holds the hot dog up between your faces, with both ends of the dog pointing to his mouth. You can tell this was written by Hussey. It's great. You're not sure what he wants you to do? You can't find the breath to ask. It seems like he wants you to eat the hot dog with him, Lady in the Tramp style. Yes, I love that this is the only option. Yes, if pressed on it, you agree the act is uncomfortably erotic, but you have to admit it is a good way to share a food item, whilst ensuring it gets split about evenly. And you absolutely loathe the idea of letting a friend down. It's completely at odds with your values as a person. You chomp down on your end of the hot dog, as he does with his, and simultaneously, holy shit, that is so good. You take another bite, and this time he times his bite perfectly. He's eerily good at this game. You're playing the hot dog game. Calling it the hot dog game doesn't make it sound any better. It's throwing off your chewing a bit. It makes it a little cough when you swallow. Is this a PG stream? Are there any 13 and under people here? I guess the game is rated M, so yeah, I guess if you're 13 and under, maybe you shouldn't be here. If you don't feel like you can pause without breaking eating rhythm with him, might be what a bad friend would do. You keep going, without really quite swallowing as you go. You get closer to his face, which is creating an imminent situation you aren't sure how you're going to handle. You haven't planned for it, and it's coming up fast. The hot dog backlog collecting in your throat is getting a bit too heavy, so you try to swallow, but you can't. You gag and cough up all the chewed hot dog matter explosively into his face. Aw, smooth. Very smooth. Yeah, gross. He recoils, absolutely stunned. His bangs are blown back, and he's staring at you with his wide eyes. Hot dog and bun bits are all over his face. He says nothing for a moment, then he puts his hand to his throat. Oh fuck, he's choking. He points to his mouth desperately. You need to do something. The Heimlich, of course. That's what you need to do. You need to save your friend's life. We're just gonna stare at this for 10 seconds, uncomfortably. Yep. Yep. There we go. Okay. You get behind him and put your good arm around his belly and form a fist. You plunge the fist under his ribs, trying to dislodge his masticated delicacy. It's no use. You can't get any leverage. You need your other arm. It really hurts, though. You'll have to make the sacrifice for your friend. Yes, a friend who may have just tried to trick you into kissing him with a silly hot dog stunt. You're not sure how you'll navigate that tricky subject once he's breathing again, but you'll deal with that later. Right now, you have a life to save. You pull your broken arm out of its sling, and you grab your other fist in front of his belly and squeeze. Well, you try and try. His face is turning, well, not blue, deep red. You guess because his blood is rust-colored. Sure, that makes sense. You yank one more time, your broken arm throbbing in pain. A huge glob of chewed hot dog launches out of his mouth like a cannonball, and the expulsion creates enough force in the other direction, it causes you to actually lift him up into the air, and you accidentally suplex him into the mud behind you. You in turn go tumbling under him, and the two of you are soon locked into an inseparable pinwheel of interspecies downhill mayhem. You roll and roll down the grassy incline toward a nearby neighborhood, toward a street. Luckily, you stop just short of the street, but Damon's neck lands right in the sharp edge of the curb, and after flipping in the air once or twice, you come down right on his face with your big ass. You hear a crack. Damon, you slap his cheek a little, no response. He's not breathing. You check his mouth, throat is clear of hot dog debris. Oh god. This can't be happening. You look around panicked. This isn't what you need right now. All you want was a friend. You can't be held responsible for alien murder. You killed him! You killed the hot dog boy! All he wanted was a kiss. It was only a kiss. You have to hide the body. You see a couple of kids creeping out nearby houses to see what all the commotion is. There's no time. You've got to find a bush or something. Alright, you didn't make a friend. We tried. Is this the failed route? There, over there, he looks like a little alien bushy thing. It's pretty small, but it'll have to do. You drag the vested shirtless carcass over to the bush. I've killed Hot Dog Boy. I didn't mean to. You dump the body in the bush, and it's really not convincing. It looks like a dead kid was unceremoniously dropped on top of a small bush in a poor attempt to conceal a murder. You've got to come up with a better— Wait a minute, someone's standing behind you. Oh, shit. Oh, we get to see both of them. Hello, stranger. Don't worry about this little mess you've made. I'll take care of it for you. You've killed him! No! No, I've killed Hot Dog Boy! Oh, I failed. Okay, that's okay. I was gonna replay it anyway. Oh. Okay. This is gonna be fun. Oh. Now I'm sad. I killed Hot Dog Boy. Okay, so I have to do things differently. I already read this. Completely alone. Do. Friendship. Yes. Damon. I'll try to complete, like, Damon's route before I do anything. Read that part. Hey, what's up? Really weird looking. I'm just gonna, like, not read it, like read it quickly again, and then get to the first choice. Give me your hot dog. I want your sweet meat. Your warm sausage. Yes, give me a bite of your hot dog. Looks amazing. Get it. I'm leaving forever. Bye. Oh, that was quick. Disrespectful. Oh dear. So these are fairly short, actually. That's okay. They're only $1. I figured they were going to be pretty short. I don't know if one was going to end in death, though. I figured this one was going to end in death. There's plenty of opportunity for death in this route, but not with Hot Dog Boy. Also, why does she want his body? That's a little, creepy. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, give me the dog. Ask if you live nearby. I'll hit the arrows to skip. Oh, hey, would you look at that? Now give him a reassuring hug. You open your arms and approach him with a posture of great compassion. You furrow your brow upwardly a bit as to say, I know how hard it is. You advance and he leans backward a little as if caught off guard by your sympathy. Maybe you're coming on too strong, but you know there's no turning back now. You just don't throw the brakes on an imminent heartfelt hug like this. You embrace him awkwardly. It goes well for a moment until you realize your arm is broken and it seizes up reflexively in pain. It jostles the hot dog in his hand and he bobbles it. You both gasp. You try to detach from the hug so you can catch the dog, but it's already on its way to the ground. In your attempt to save it, you stagger backwards and slip. The hot dog gets smushed under your big, dumb ass the moment it makes contact with the ground. Damon lets out a shriek. No! Oh, dude, my dog! You scramble to get up in time, hoping you're not as owned as it looked, but your feet keep slipping and your butt keeps grinding the hot dog into the mud. When the carnage finally subsides, you roll over and check it out. It's completely unsalvageable. Just a gross, meaty mud mash, like the hot dog never even existed. Demon howls in agony and slumps backward against the tree. Oh no, you fucked this up so bad. That's it, man. I've lost everything. I'm not sure what the point of even living anymore. You are absolutely mortified by your clumsiness and foolishness. You have a feeling you'll be thinking about this moment for years to come. During those insecure moments when your mind seems to be looking for any excuse to make yourself cringe with self-doubt and shame. Still, you can't help but feel this guy is being a little unreasonable. It's just a hot dog. He's Probably plenty more of those to come by for those who know where to look in this strange world. He himself said he makes a habit of enjoying these, so they can't be all that uncommon. Maybe he just has an unusual psychological disorder surrounding a fixation on this particular food item? Yeah, that could be it. Poor guy. This just means he needs your support as a friend all the more. You won't give up on your friends, or for that matter, people who you're trying desperately to become friends with. That just isn't who you are as a person. You have an idea. You run it by him with a sense of optimism and salesmanship. The past is behind you. There's no need to wallow in self-incrimination and guilt over the hot dog incident. Diemen perks up a little. You want to help me get another hot dog? Absolutely. Could be a fun adventure, you say. Something to bond over, to bring two new buddies closer together? Okay, so you don't say that out loud, but you really hope it's true. I don't know. Could be a long shot. Sometimes it can be days before I'm united with another plump treat. Glistening with perspiration, steaming relaxedly, coming from a soft, melt-in-your-mouth loaf. Damn. Now I really want a hot dog. I guess I don't have much choice but to take you up on your offer, do I? What do you have in mind? Well, that's a good question. You haven't made a plan yet, and frankly, you don't even know where to begin, but he's interested in spending more time with you, which is the most important thing. You'll figure something out. You decide a display of confidence is called for here, a real show of leadership to improve morale. You smile, hold your head up high, and tell him to follow you. You know exactly what to do. Well, not really, but you gave no indication of that at all. He's definitely intrigued. You've got him hooked now, you think. He's probably wondering if he hit pay dirt, finding a new friend with the hot dog hookup. Of course, you don't have the slightest idea where to find a hot dog, but you've got to admit, you're enjoying the feeling of being important and valued by a potential friend. Validation! Yay! You don't want to do anything underhanded, yet you can't help but feel you should probably milk this social gambit for all it's worth. Pardon me. Oh dear. Excuse me. This way, you say, as you begin marching confidently in a random direction. He obediently follows and begins rubbing his tummy. You begin to feel nervous almost immediately. You have absolutely no idea how this is going to play out, or if it stands any chance of resulting in a hot dog at the end of the journey. Oh well, you'll figure something out along the way. You lead him through the streets and winding through the yards of strange-looking houses, and he follows. He takes care to make sure you both are not seen, which could get you both into trouble, apparently. The improvised circuitous route appears to provoke his suspicion. Dude, are you sure you know where a dog is? It seems like maybe you're lost. No, absolutely. You're absolutely sure you know where to find one, you say. You just throwing anyone off the trail who might have been following you. He nods solemnly, as if that makes perfect sense. Whew. But you can't keep guessing. You can't keep him guessing like this forever. You gotta do something. Take some bold action. Keep his interest in the Wiener Quest. We're at Wiener Quest. Okay. You say this way. Down here. This is the shortcut to the hot dog supply you're privy to. It's the mother lode. In the sewer? Yes, totally. It's just a short trek through the sewer. Shouldn't be more than another hour or several of sewer trudging. That is, if he still has the will to do it, what it takes to get his hands on more juicy dogs. Oh, hell yeah. You know it. After you, man. An hour later, you're so deep in the sewer, you've lost all bearings and sense of directions. You could be anywhere by now. You've taken so many crazy turns. Still, you don't let up for a second that you're lost. You've made each turn with decisive conviction. He's still following you, but now he's having trouble keeping up. He's out of breath and struggling with the foul smell. Can't say you're enjoying it much either, but you can't let on to the fact that what you're doing now is anything other than the most casual routine for you. Like you do this every day, just a quick jaunt through the sewer to hit up this vast mythical trove of meat products. Okay, when you put it that way, maybe this all sounds a bit insane. Still, you're in too deep to second guess yourself now. Hey, I gotta stop and rest. I can't lie, I'm starving for a heavenly frankfurter, but this might be too much for me. I don't think I'm cut out for this. You pause and look back. He's sitting down now, slumping against a filthy sewer wall. You're intensely relieved to see you may just have won this impromptu game of sewer hot dog chicken. But more importantly than that, this looks like an ideal time to show some sympathy and have a bonding moment with your would-be friend. You sit next to him, and with your broken arm, you put a hand on his knee in a platonic but deeply understanding way. Your arm hurts when you do this, but it's worth it. Every little gesture counts when making a new friend. I kinda suck. My Lucis is gone. I don't have any skills, and most people think I'm weird for liking hot dogs so much. I'm probably just gonna get called. I'm not good at going on adventures or doing anything hard. All I'm good at is finding an easy meal here and there, however I can get it. Like talking people out of their fine sausages using tricks, or other ploys which end up losing me friends. It's been unthinkable that anyone would actually do anything nice for me, or would want me to have that sweet, sweet meat I desire. At least it was unthinkable until now. Also, just saying, if this wasn't obvious by now, I'm absolutely headcanoning Diemen as gay. He wants that oblong meat product. Like, no question. Your heart begins to race. Could it be? Is this shitty improvised sewer escapade actually working? You can't believe it. Nobody's ever done so much or worked so hard to try to get my hands on another magnificent banger. Sorry for being emotional, but, like, this is new for me? I don't know how to handle it. I'm just so grateful. I'd be thrilled to call you a friend, man. Whatever you are. You're overjoyed. Unbelievable. It's almost too good to be true. What now? It's such a sudden turn of good fortune. You hardly know what to do. Should you hug the guy? Last time that didn't go so well, but this time he's not holding a hot dog for you to clumsily defile, so maybe this is your moment. Wait. What's that? A deep rumbling sound begins to echo through the tunnels. Oh shit! They found us! It's a drone dude. I guess, like, on sewer duty? We gotta run. He gets up, grabs your hand, and sprints. He's a lot faster than he looks when motivated to get moving. He turns this way and that as the rumbling gets closer. But he slips on something and you both tumble into a river of horrific sludge. Bro! I can't swim, help! Your bad arm finds purchase on a lodge, and though it's very painful, you heroically salvage your friend back from the muck with the other arm. He coughs and gasps for breath. You find a nearby ladder, shove him upward until he starts climbing on his own, and follow him. You burst through a lid on the floor, and you both flop out of the hole, drenched in filth, smelling horrible, and completely exhausted. But at least you're safe, you think. Hey man, I just want you to know, even though we didn't find the glorious treasure you were leading us to, I'm happy about how it all turned out. Oh, Jesus. Maybe I don't need hot dogs in my life as much as I thought. Maybe that's not the real treasure after all. The real treasure is dicks. No, I'm kidding. It's been a journey for me, let me tell you. I'm learning so much about myself, about life, about my sexuality, because of you. His bushy hair is slicked back from his eyes due to the sludge. He's giving you a penetrating, soulful gaze of presumably pure friendship. Or is it even deeper than that? Wow, this is intense. Then something catches your eye just above him. Something dangling. Lots of dangling things, actually. Kind of think of it. It's really cold in here. Freezing, in fact. You finally realize, holy shit, you're in a weird alien meat locker. You're absolutely surrounded by dangling meat products, including many sausages, thousands of them. You begin to sob. Your sobbing turns tuned to unrestrained wailing of raw catharsis. He joins you, and the tears flow freely from you both. You embrace each other, and let it all out. Suddenly it hits you, both of you. This is by far the happiest day of your life. Meat heaven! And then they did horrible, horrible things to those sausages and to each other's sausages in the heat of the moment. Okay. That was great. I'm glad I started with that one. Oh boy, I can't wait to fail at Ardata's route now. So I'm calling them Diemen and Ardata, or Ardata. Ardata sounds better to me. I'm so sorry, my throat is just killing me because I just spent all day talking at my work, so I'm like, ugh. Okay. Friendship, yes. Who's approaching? You. You like dead bodies. Let's see what's up with you. Oh wait, I probably should take a moment to, like, think about, like, classpect kind of stuff, but at the same time, I don't think there's much to go on. Like, I don't know. Maybe I have to reread some of the stuff, but Diemen seemed just pretty, like, one-note, jokey, like, hot dogs. There was that idea of that he's covering up emotional pain with an obsession with food. So it's like, I don't know. I'll make some notes. I'll write that down, at least for Diemen, and see if, like, anything happens. Covers up emotional pain with obsessions about food or particular objects. What's something else about him? His sign is Arius, the visualizer, so he's Derse and Hope. If I were to relate that to Hope in some way, Hope is all about positive emotions, if we're gonna do the close one that relates to him. So he seems to be pushing down negative emotions, rage, pain, all that kind of thing, as much as possible. He's very much, like, wants to get rid of his opposite a lot. So in terms of, like, the closest thing I can think of for a class that, like, really wants, like, to go hard into their own aspect and, like, just, like, wander away from the other one, it's Heir, probably. I don't want to say that, though, because that's really, like, the basicness of class, of, like, it's the class you choose when you really don't know what else to pick. But it's the closest thing I've got right now. Oh yeah, I just saw someone in chat saying Heir of Hope. Yeah, you're pretty right. No, it's not Bard, because Bard is avoidant of their own aspect. So a Bard of Hope would be, like, avoidant of Hope. Dahni is avoidant of, like, the things opposite of Hope. Yeah. So, but no, when I'm talking about Rage, I know he's Canon Hope. When I'm talking about Rage, I mean his sub-role, so he's, like, an opposite. So he's pushing away his opposite. And Hope and Rage are opposites. So, yeah, he's Hope for sure. I'm just trying to figure out his class, because that's the only thing we don't know. But Heir seems the most likely. If he pops up in Ardata's quest or like Ardata's point at some point, just like Ardata did for this one, maybe we'll find out a little bit more, but just going from that, just from that one little, like, how he tries to push away, like, his emotional pain with this, like, the joy that he gets out of his obsessions, it's pushing away rage associated thing and wanting to stick very close to hope-related things. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. So Heir's the most likely, but there's just not enough really to go on it, and I didn't really expect much, but that's my guess, is Heir. Yes, someone is approaching a strange, gray-skinned alien clad in blue. Perhaps they will make for a good friend. Ooh, you have nice music. Dear God. And just what are you supposed to be? Your stammering reply eventually conveys that you are a lost traveler who is hungry and probably in need of medical treatment. You're also really lonely and wouldn't mind making a new friend right about now. Oh my, oh my, I tried to do an evil laugh there. That's great. This is great. I'm going to die. Oh, how funny this is. How very droll. You want to be my friend? It's too much. This thing at my doorstep, wishing to know me in any capacity. The hilarity somehow escapes my ability to capture with maniacal laughter. How rare. You apologize for your presumptuous request. You hang your head, turn around, and begin to walk away. And just what the fuck do you think you're doing? Who invited you to leave? You stop in your tracks immediately and turn to face her again. Your possibly broken ribs are throbbing in pain, but this does not strike you as the right moment to exhibit weakness. It dawns on me that we may have gotten off on the wrong saunterpod. Where are my manners? Ghastly behavior on my part. After all, it isn't your fault that you seem to be some sort of hideous freak, is it? And such a tragic creature cannot be held responsible for such a devastating shortfall of social competence. I would weep for you, really, except that crying out of my 3 eyes at once gets a bit messy, so instead I think I'll be saving my tears for someone less offensively worthless. You aren't sure if she's inviting you inside, or if she just got you to stay a little longer so she could insult you some more. Try to remain stoic, while your confrontational new friend decides what to do with you. Unfortunately, you sniffle slightly. Oh. Oh my. Oh dear, you're sad? So amusing to me. Mildly endearing, even. Perhaps I'll decide later if it's endearing, once I have more information. It's entirely possible I will retroactively decide it's disgusting. Oh, so that's actually a bit of a thing. Maybe I'm just pinging on that because I'm a light player, but she's willing to wait until she wants more information, so she wants to know a little bit more. That might, like, swerve her somewhere into, like, either the Mage, Seer, or the Light area, but we'll see. It's a hint for now. But for now, try to put yourself at ease, you completely pitiful fool. Not one more sniffle. Do you understand? You nod, while practically exemplary control over your nose. Have you gotten yourself so agitated? You have gotten yourself so agitated. I wonder why. You have nothing to worry about from me. Of course I will be your friend. Conditionally, I mean. There is a chance that designations will be formalized if you behave in ways that I approve of, starting now. Yeah, she's something. She's something in that area. Let's call it a friendship in progress. Agreed? Your heart swells. This is what you've been waiting for. A new friend. Oh gosh, all you have to do now is try not to fuck anything up at all. Possibly for many hours. Come into my hive. This way. After me. You look like you could use nourishment. I don't know what it is that whatever you are eats, generally, but it doesn't matter. You will eat whatever I have on hand, if I tell you to. How does that sound? Very controlling. Definitely very, like, controlling, and she could be a sylph? She could be? Just want to reserve judgment. I don't know if, like, they're just intentionally making her, like, Vriska, like how all the other Troll Call Cerulean Bloods are, like, basically Vriska or not, but, like, Sylphs do tend to be like Virgos, where they just want all their ducks in a row kind of thing. So, we'll see. How does it sound? Sounds good. I'll do whatever you say. Sounds fine, I guess. I'll just do what I've been doing and go with the top option first. Obviously, it sounds good. You will definitely enjoy it. You will enjoy everything I provide you with and tell you to do. I can't imagine any sort of negativity or disagreement coming from one of my friends. Yeah, it could all just be a blue sign thing. Yeah. I'm having thoughts, but I don't know how to articulate them quite yet. I'll just keep reading. I will assume that we share this philosophy when it comes to friendship. You say, oh yes, absolutely. You nod as enthusiastically as you can, without aggravating your broken ribs. You consider giving her a thumbs up as well, until you realize one of your arms is probably broken too. You'll try to make sure she doesn't notice, though. It will probably leave a bad impression. Come with me. There's something I need your help with. I'm going to die. You follow her into her hive. It's a bit gloomy in here. You suppose she's going to fix you something to eat soon, as promised. You pass through a kitchen and out the other side to another room? Okay, you guess dinner can wait. This way. Try not to let any of your broken limbs slow you down. A good friend wouldn't allow such trifling physical ailments to cause me an inconvenience. Oh, so you guess she does know you're injured? Fair enough. You hobble a little faster through another door into a much darker room, and now down a flight of stairs. It's hard to see. There are torches along the wall ahead. A monstrous noise rumbles below. Don't mind her. She's just hungry. She's always hungry, though. What's that? You're hungry too? I've not forgotten. What sort of piece of shit friend do you take me for? You didn't remind her that you're hungry. You thought it, though. Can she read your mind? You hope not. This is going to make this friendship in progress a bit awkward. Here we are. This is where you'll be most useful to me as a friend. You look around. With a sense of relief, you see no sign of whatever hungry thing was grumbling down here. You are less relieved to see several other kids trapped in cages of various shapes and sizes. One of them makes eye contact with you. The boy is the same kind of alien as her, horns and all. He has a dark red symbol on his shirt. His expression seems to plead with you. Oh no! Not Diemen! He struggles to say, help. Your new friend looks unamused and twitches her finger. Help. He says, helplo. By which I mean hello, of course. Looks like you're the new friend in progress chosen by the great and beautiful Ardata. She's my savior, my reason for being. I am nothing without her. I'd hollow myself out and let her make a nest inside of me if she'd permit it. Ugh. Ugh. You turn away from this boy. You don't want to hear anything he has to say ever again. Don't mind him. He's always regarded himself as a comedian. Come, over here. This is what I'll need your help with, if you're going to have any value to me as a friend. You're led to a dank corner of this, well, you're going to call it like you see it, this dungeon. Your new friend has a dungeon full of sad, suffering children, presumably a monster lurking somewhere in here as well. It's not ideal. Then again, social beggars like you can't be choosers. I've been having an awful time with it. You can do it for me. It will save me time. You look at the thing in question. You doubt she's been having an awful time with it. You doubt this because it's still in the box, looking completely untouched since it was brought down here. It's a box containing a table? A table that looks ominously like it was designed to keep a person strapped to its surface. I will need you to assemble it. Here's a screwdriver, in case you need it. I will assume other required tools are contained within the box. You take the screwdriver with your non-broken arm. This isn't exactly what you had in mind. You don't know what he had in mind, really. A warm meal, a friendly banter, perhaps a sling for your arm, and a remedial balm for your ribs. Still, you open the box without protest. Hold on, before we start, this will make for excellent content. My fans will appreciate this. She sets up a video recording on a tripod and points it at you. A video feed comes to life on several monitors just behind you. You see in one corner of the screen an unflattering angle of your torso hunched over the furniture box. I'm leaning more towards light. Yeah, concern. Red flags everywhere. Concern. Ooh, I didn't even notice though. She seems to have somewhat of like an arthropod spider luteus too. I wonder if that's just like a common thing for Scorpios to do. Makes sense though. Oh yeah, but anyway, I'm getting more and more hints that it's overall she seems to be light, but I don't want to say that because Arania and Vriska are already light, and yeah. However, it does make sense though because there is one more spot for another light Scorpio. I keep forgetting what we call it. So there's another spot for another Scorpio light sign. It just have to be Derse because Arania, True Scorpio, and Vriska, True Scorpio, they take up Prospect light. So she could be light, and she does kind of fit the idea of like a Derse because she's very initiatory. Like she starts things. Like she seems very like, yeah. Okay, those are my thoughts so far. Other rectangles contain shots of other kids in cages around the room. You suppose cameras are pointing at them too? We had no idea this friendship came with a perk of instant stardom. Now you may begin. And the fact that she was focusing on Lady, she said fans. So she seems to be doing some things for attention, some things because she wants information from it, like other things like playing with light sources and stuff like that. I'm leaning towards light for this, but we'll see. She's suddenly sitting in a comfortable-looking chair facing you and holding a chalice, swishing around some viscous liquid it contains. You have all the parts spread out on the floor. Can you not? You're very loud. I don't know if you can hear that. Ambulances, stop dying. People stop dying. I'm just trying to watch a stream about people dying. You have all the parts spread out on the floor, organized according to their labels and the instructions. You try to remember the last time you assembled something like this. You don't recall enjoying it, to be perfectly honest. This doesn't look like it will be fun at all. She frowns conspicuously. Oh, how sad for you. I'm sorry, is this activity not to your liking? You reassure her vigorously that, no, it actually looks amazing. You love shit like this. It's what you're born for, you say as you swish the screwdriver around, demonstrating your plainly evident skill with the tool. Forget the thing you just thought. Completely arbitrary and wrong thoughts pop into your head all the time. It meant nothing, you swear. Yes, I hear that a lot. Continue. You open the little bag full of screws. Jesus, there's like 50 screws in this thing. Where could most of these screws possibly even go? Judging from the picture, the table really doesn't seem that complicated. You look at your screwdriver, then study the screws. Every single one requires an Allen wrench. Does this thing even come with an Allen wrench? The instructions seem to suggest it does. You look around, but you don't see one. Did you open the bag too forcefully? Did the Allen wrench go bouncing off to the dark dungeon's crevice nearby? Maybe you lost some of the screws, too. Damn it. You begin to sweat and look around nervously. You check underneath one of the parts. No, it's not under there. You grip the screwdriver a little tighter. You wonder what to do next. Get the hell out of here, or just do your best assembling the table. This is what friends are for. I'm gonna go with that top one and see. First, you clear your head and try to think innocent thoughts. Fluffy clouds in the sky, ironing some clothes. A winning touchdown passed from the sports. Ardata's long black hair spilling over her cloak. Wait, these are not innocent thoughts. Shut it down. Shut it down. There's no time for thinking. You have to act. You hurl the screwdriver out and run. She calmly lifts her hands towards one of the kids in the cages. The kid tenses up and lifts a hand in the direction of the screwdriver. The screwdriver freezes midair, right in front of Ardata's head. You run up the stairs. She twitches a finger. The caged kid does a full-body spasm, and the screwdriver goes sailing towards you. It stabs deep into your leg, and you buckle over, tumbling backward down the stairs. This is a bad idea. You're a crumpled heap at the bottom of the stairs, bleeding, and you think your arm is broken in 2 places now. That didn't seem very friendly to me. Luckily for you, I'm very determined to make friendship relationships work. Even ones with people who flee simply furniture assemble projects. She stands over you. You attempt to pull the screwdriver out of your leg, but your entire body locks up. You can't move. She holds an outstretched hand just above you. You shouldn't try to move yet. And you certainly shouldn't try to pull out the screwdriver. You'll get blood everywhere. And my 3 little eyes, under the present conditions... Oh, that's the other thing. Eyes and light have all these things that have to do things with each other. So, of course, the other, like, Blueblooded Scorpio that has the thing with her eyes, she would probably be a light player. So, I'm feeling light for her. To my 3 little eyes, under the present conditions, it seems to me that only one of us should attempt walking up these stairs. You feel relieved. Maybe you have some alien means of levitating you up the stairs? Wait, no. Your body is tensing up again. It's moving without your permission. You get to your feet without taking the screwdriver out. Wow, that hurts. What is she making you... Wait, what? She can't be. You use both of your arms and all your strength and pick her up entirely. The pain from your arm is excruciating. Arms with broken bones are not meant for heavy lifting. The additional weight on your wounded leg isn't great either. You hold her as a groom would hold a bride. She wraps her arms around your neck to hang on to you in what strikes you as an overly familiar manner. She looks directly into your eyes and grins. This is better. Now, onward and upward, new friend. Your legs begin to operate without your consent. They wobble and struggle under the weight. The wound throbs. You lumber back up the long flight of stairs, carrying her all the way. You take her back to the kitchen and set her down in a chair seated at a table. You didn't think I'd forget about dinner time, did you? Let's put your unfriendly behavior behind us. It's a good thing for you that I'm benevolent enough to overlook disgusting acts of betrayal. You may have noticed I keep several friends in my hive who I've similarly forgiven. Consider their transgression blood beneath the abattoir. I'm not sure I understand all those words in that order that way. You exhale. Now that she mentions it, yes, you are hungry. Maybe a warm meal will lift your spirits and get this heretofore turbulent friendship back on track. Maybe you'll even get the chance to pull the screwdriver out of your leg. You pull out a chair and attempt to sit down, but your legs lock up, and then you stand again. Apparently this was not the right thing to do. Oh, but why are you sitting? There's cooking to be done. You stagger mechanically over to the fridge and open it. You pull out a large hawk of some sort of alien mystery meat and put it on the counter. With your broken arm, you reach in anguish for a big dangling meat cleaver. You chop the hawk, wincing with each swing of the cleaver. You place the sliced meat in a frying pan, sear it slightly, and serve it on a plate very rare, just the way your new friend likes it. You didn't know that's the way she likes it, but you surmise this is what she prefers in a piece of meat, since technically she is the one doing the cooking. You put it on the table in front of her, along with a fork and knife beside it. Your muscles relax, as you apparently are allowed to control your own body again. She does nothing, except for look at you with a pleased expression. You eye the meat in front of her, then the meat on the counter, and the chair on the other side of the table. What should you do? Prepare a plate for yourself? Is that what she wants you to do? Well, it looks like you're confused. Isn't it obvious what to do next under your own volition? A good friend would know what to do. In fact, I don't think a good friend would take nearly as long to decide what the right thing to do is. It actually seems to me that a very rude friend would hesitate for as long as you are hesitating. Or perhaps someone who is not a friend at all. Begin to sweat again. You clearly don't have much time to make up your mind. If you wait for even a few seconds longer, you will probably be guilty of being a bad friend, maybe even a dreadful one. That's not the type of person you like to think you are. What will you do? Feed her, of course. This feels like the only obvious thing to do. She is looking up at you quite expectantly. You reach for the fork with your good arm. You go for the knife with your other. Ow. You can't do it. Their arm is being much less serviceable when the muscles are not being forced to be a psychic override to disregard the pain response. Nevertheless, she looks at you patiently and smiles. That's nice of her, you think, not to be mad about it. You feel like you're growing closer to your new friend by the minute. You put the fork down and pick up the knife with your good arm. You cut the meat into several pieces with a careful sawing motion. You put the knife down and pick up the fork and stab a piece. You put it close to her mouth. She seems pleased. Very good. Nice technique. Well-sized morsels, too. She chews the meat with excellent form. She has very good table manners, you think. When she finishes the pieces, you slice off some more and continue. The meat looks very good. Your mouth is watering, but she doesn't offer any. Oh well, when it's the right time for you to eat too, your shusha will let you know. The meal is finished. There is no more meat, except for a few pieces of unchewable gristle, which you did not try to feed her. That would be thoughtless. Very bad service. She reclines and steeples her fingers, looking quite pleased with how the evening has gone so far. You aren't sure why she's laughing. Did you do something funny? Oh my! What a fool! You point at yourself, wondering if she's referring to you? You don't know what you've done that was foolish. If so, you're also still not sure what she finds so amusing. I'm trying to, voice actor. She pauses her laughter for a minute or two, then slowly begins to frown. A faint blue tear rolls down her cheek from her bottom eye. The truth is, I don't even know why I'm laughing. This isn't very funny, what's happening here. It was a good dinner. You did a good job, whoever you are. She puts her face in both of her hands and sobs quietly. You have no idea what to do about this. You stand there still holding the fork, feeling a bit useless. There's a lot of pressure, you know, being so respected and admired for your high status in this world. I didn't ask for this, to be so superior to many. Much is expected of you, much is presumed about what your personality will be before you even develop one. You work hard and build a brand, based only on what you think people assume you should be like. Sometimes I wonder, am I even that good at being sinister? Ooh, so we're getting a very different direction here. Now we're getting into mind and heart territory, which is interesting. So, heart is all about the struggle of trying to be true to yourself while also struggle to be liked by other people, and the struggle of how you are seen by other people and the different masks that you wear and this kind of thing. I used to think that that was sort of mind's territory, is sort of like the opposite of heart being only your true, unique self, but the Hiveswap aspect seems to suggest that the struggle between the self and what is the self and what isn't the self is just all heart territory, and mine just deals with something of a different nature, so that's interesting. So there's a bit of a hearty struggle going on here. Could I be more sinister if I tried harder? Maybe this is not my true calling after all. You begin to offer words of sympathy. This all seems heartbreaking to you. Your poor new friend, but your jaw muscles contract and your mouth shuts involuntarily. I guess it's not your turn to speak yet? Okay, that works for you. You like to be a good listener to your friends. But what would happen if I changed my brand? If I stopped being so sinister online? My friends and followers will deride and reject me. My superiors will eat me alive. And there is also this... the only reason she's doing this is because of, other people watching her. So there's a kind of overlap here. It's that same overlap of identity between light and heart. So I can see how this is all coming together. If I show weakness, I'll scale back on my bloodthirsty content. Or if I show weakness, if I scale back on my bloodthirsty content, will I incur the scorn of a wise-ass clown with 100 million subscribers? A wise-ass clown with 100 million subscribers. Is that the other guy, the clown guy who we don't know who his sign is? Marvelo, I think his name is? Will I be in a cage someday, listening to a fucking fool honk his horn for likes? No, I must persist. How lonely it is to know this is all I can do until the day I leave this planet. I have no material or sensory comforts left for me here. until I can get on a ship and fly away. Pain is my only solace. Your hand holding the fork grips it tighter. You're horrified to realize what it is in the process of doing. You bring it down hard on her hand, which is placed flat on the table. She doesn't flinch or react in any way. 3 trails of cerulean blood flow from the lines where they pierce the tines where they pierce her skin. They have a version of YouTube. I remember, they call it GrubTube. This was in, like, back in Homestuck, when John sent Vriska a link or something. She's like, is this, like, the human version of GrubTube? He sends her a YouTube link, so they have a YouTube. Yeah. I don't know if this is... Maybe they're streaming on Twitch. It seems like a live stream kind of thing, but that YouTube does that too, I guess. But yeah, I just stabbed her. She just made me stab her. That's interesting. That wasn't friendly, you think, but then you weren't the one who did it, were you? You're so confused. My subscribers are not real friends. They adore me only for my sinister content, the show I provide, my wicked, infectious laughter. I get jealous of them sometimes, because they get to watch my content. It must be thrilling, I think, but maybe I'm just jealous of them because they get to be people who aren't me. This is fucking deep, I know. Apologies if you cannot relate. She pulls the fork out of her hand and lays it gently on the plate of gristle you didn't feed her. The people downstairs in their cages aren't my friends either. They act like they're my friends, though. Sometimes I'll even believe it. But they don't really want to be friends with me. Nobody does. The only person who's ever really wanted to be my friend, whoever tried to be, is you? You clear your throat and point to yourself innocently. That's it. I've decided. You have passed the test. You will become my friend, officially. As such, I think a reward is in order. You're overjoyed. Your hearts start racing. You can't believe it. A new, real friend! But you don't have much time to enjoy this achievement. Your body is doing something again. You bend down in a strained motion and pick up the plate and fork. You position the plate over your wide-open mouth and scrape in all the remaining gristle and begin chewing. It's virtually inedible. Your mouth humors the act of chewing for 2 seconds, and then you swallow all of it whole in one painful gulp. Tastes like friendship. Friendship! Yay! Yay! I did it! I was so sure that I was going to die first in Ardata's route and not in Diemen's, but no, I killed Diemen first and I made friends with Ardata on the first try. Oh, I love how friendship has 3 eyes in it too. Okay, I'll do her other routes. See if there's anything more. Okay, skippity skip skip skip, skip skip skip. Ardata. So I picked that one first, so this one is like, it sounds fine, I guess. Get the fuck out of my face and never come back. Oh, that was her, like, rejection. Oh, there's no triple I in this one. Oh, but there's a triple exclamation part. Okay. So I have to, first, be her willing slave, and then second, don't try to run away, which is, I think, that's the route where she eats me, I'm pretty sure, or whatever. That's the route where I die. So, sounds good. Do whatever you say. And boopity 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 boop boop boop. And just do your best assembling the table. This is what friends are for. You decide it would be best not to complain about the missing Allen wrench. Your friend would probably consider it bad form. You'll just make do and twist in all the screws by hand as best you can. Your broken arm isn't making this any easier. You favor the other one and prop pieces into place precariously, leaning against each other, while you nudge them into position with your legs so the screw holes align. It's really frustrating work, you're not gonna lie. As you are twisting in the first screw, the grooves slip and the screw gets stuck, but you've already turned it in too tight. Now it's hard to get out. You twist in reverse harder. But your fingers slip and the table pieces start to slide. They're going to fall. You react to catch them, but it's too late. The heavier piece tips over and slams you in the broken ribs on its way to the floor. It hits the door with a bang. The stuck screw pops out and goes bouncing 10 or 15 feet away, settling deep underneath a piece of dungeon furniture. God, you're probably going to need to get that. You hear a light chuckle. Good. Good. She takes another sip from her chalice and settles even more comfortably into her chair. Is she enjoying this? You think she's enjoying watching you struggle to put all this stupid thing together. Maybe a little too much. Nevertheless, you continue. A friend is a friend, and you don't like to let your friends down. You've committed yourself to this project. You will get the screw out from under there a bit later. Maybe when you need the final screw. You turn your attention back to the table pieces and try a different strategy. You place the biggest part, the table platform, flat on the floor. The legs would be pointing upward if they were attached. You position one leg in the right spot, in alignment with the holes, sit on the table platform, and steady the leg with your feet. You grab another screw and concentrate. She sounds so pleased. It's strange, you admit, for watching this sort of activity to make someone so happy. But you also have to admit to taking a certain pride in it. It's wonderful, actually, to feel useful, wanted, important even, if only somewhat menially, to a great new friend who has discovered a way for your talents to improve her life. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice one of the caged kids reaching out with his hand. He's concentrating. Then you notice the screw you lost slowly sliding out from underneath its hiding place. Nice, everyone's working like a team down here. All right, we're all friends. Woohoo! Ardata does not look at the kid, but sneers a bit. She reaches toward him, and he appears to have trouble breathing. After a moment, you notice the screw slowly slides back under the thing. She releases him from his breathing problems, resumes her pleasant expression, and takes another sip from the chalice. You guess that was against the rules. You decide to make a note of it. Your friend runs a tight ship down here. You respect that. The struggles of Troll IKEA, yes. About an hour later, you have all 4 legs on, plus some other accoutrements attached. You wrestle mightily with the thing to get it upright, by using your only good arm. It seems she may have forgotten about the final missing screw. You doubt the table needs it. You decide you won't bring it up if she won't. You give it a test. It's pretty wobbly since you were only able to tighten the screws with your bare fingers, but again, she doesn't seem to mind. She reclines and has a look on her face which makes her appear absolutely enamored of your handiwork. She has finished her drink, and the chalice is on the side table. Some awful-looking thing crawls along the floor toward her. It looks like some sort of spider, the size of an average dog. Its abdomen is preposterously large. Actually, you think it's a huge tick? That's what it looks like. Oh, she's got like a tick for a Lucis, then. That's interesting. I wonder if she was drinking blood, because ticks drink blood. And she's been noted to drink like a colorful thing in her chalice this whole time. I wonder if she's not like a rainbow drinker, she's not like the troll vampire, but I think she's literally just drinking blood, just 'cause. Yeah. It settles just in front of her. She puts her legs on top of it and crosses them. It settles under their weight and grumbles. Let's try it out, shall we? You shrug and sit down on the rather rickety table. You're about to lie down, but she interrupts you. No. You fool, you absolute fool. What do you think you're doing? That's not what I meant. Get up. You stand up, embarrassed. Again, without looking at the caged kid, she raises an arm towards him and beckons. He stares blankly and opens his own cage, which apparently wasn't locked. He shuffles vacantly over to your table and lies down on its surface. She looks at you expectantly. You aren't sure what to do. Oh, she's gonna make you torture him. Oh boy. What? You didn't think I'd be playing table stickball on that thing, did you? You aren't sure what table stickball is. Oh, you really are pretty simple, aren't you? It's like a miniature version of arena's stickball played on a table. Got it? You don't, but you nod. Now go to it. You shackle the kid's arms and legs to the table. That seems to be the right thing to do, since the thing comes fitted with shackles. She gets up and lifts her huge tick-like pet. It makes more grumpy noises. She plops the enormous thing right down on the kid's chest. He appears rendered unable to protest. Yeah, this is just how she feeds her Lucis. The tick bites the boy's neck and begins to feed. She smiles and pats its swelling abdomen. Dark, rust-colored blood dribbles from the place where it has attached to the boy's neck. Moments go by, while she looks gratified by the process, proud almost. Then she looks at you expectantly. Well, you don't know what she means. Yet, it ain't him. Also, I don't know what the hell she was talking about with table stickball. How is strapping some kid to a table and getting a tick to eat him table stickball? That doesn't make any sense. The final screw? Aren't you going to retrieve it and screw it into wherever it needs to go? The job isn't done. I don't keep the company of many individuals who leave things unfinished, you know. Of course. What were you thinking? You should have known your friend wouldn't let you let that go unnoticed. Actually, you feel like an idiot for thinking it would. And she does seem very particular about small details, like always noticing where things go, like more and more just little ticks, little hints and things that just sort of nudge her in a very light direction. You stoop very low to the ground on your knees. Actually, wait, I'm curious. Hold on. If she is that, what sign would she be? Hold on. Just gotta find the zodiac thing. I don't know which one would be the thing that's hers. Okay, we should be 12 down from that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, Derse, Lightbound. It would be Scorpia, sign of the Emperor. It's interesting. Maybe it's not that one then. Emperor? Actually, that's an interesting. No, it wouldn't be a sign of the Empress anyway, because Empress is already a word. Like, It's an interesting one. Hold on, I'm just quickly rereading the. Yeah, she does really seem to fit like the little blurb about light that a little bit anyway. Anyway. You stoop very low to the ground, on your knees, placing your cheek just above the floor. You peer under the large edifice. It's dark in there, and goes back a ways. Lots of room for that darn little screw to roll. You take a few pitiful swipes with your good arm, but they come up empty. It must be further back. You think you can see it? Yeah, that must be it, just a little further. You have an idea. A tool would be helpful. Guess the screwdriver will come in handy after all. How did she know? Your new friend must be very wise. You think you're liking her more every minute. You grab the screwdriver and feel around with it. Yes, you got it, you think. You carefully scrape it closer to yourself and pick it up. You then go back to the table and find the one remaining hole you left unscrewed. You slide it under the table as a mechanic would with a car. There it is. The table is creaking and wobbling quite a bit now. The tick is really getting into its dinner, it seems. All the loose screws in the table have added to a lot of give and leeway in the overall stability of the furnishing. Maybe the final screw will help. Ardata has returned to the setup with the monitors. She's adjusting some settings in the feed, controlling the zoom of the camera, and typing some remarks into a chat window. I think it's Twitch. She seems to be live streaming this. This is very good material today. It's not that often I can provide content of this caliber to my subscribers. Go on, complete your project. This will be very good. You still think it's weird that she likes watching you put furniture together so much, but you're not one to do friends. Sounds like a great way to lose friends, honestly. Yeah, she likes to watch things, and she has the eye thing, and yeah. You screw in the final screw, but the stresses on the table are causing the holes to be misaligned. This won't be easy. The huge tick shifts its grotesque body above you, causing the table to creak loudly. You nervously slide halfway up from the table to check it out. Then a loud pop. Then the sound of scraping metal. 6 or 7 screws shoot out of the desk like rivets in a sinking submarine. What a piece of shit this thing is, you think a little too late. You really needed the Allen wrench. All 4 legs splay dramatically out from underneath it at once, like a baby deer on ice. The table platform comes crashing down on your lower torso, breaking your pelvis. You bellow in pain and flail to pull yourself out. Ooh, that's blood. You forget you're still holding the screwdriver, and your desperate flailing, you plunge the screwdriver into the fat abdomen of the tick, which begins gushing rust blood with great force, spraying your entire upper body and face. Ooh! She doesn't like that. She's gonna kill you now. You just stabbed her. The beast starts thrashing wildly and screaming. You can't see your new friend due to the blood in your eyes, but you can't imagine she's thrilled about what's going on here. Your annihilated pelvis is in perfect agony. You have to get out of your miserable torso out from under the shitty table. You have an idea. With your broken arm, you start slapping the big ass of the screaming tick while yelling, "Yeehaw!" You clutch the screwdriver handle with your other hand hard. Yeah, she's not gonna like that. Ooh, she just went over there. The blood-gushing monster starts kicking and rearing, then blasts off the dungeon floor like a pig at a rodeo. You hold on for dear life, still blind, but your plan works. You've been pulled out from under the tomb you've spent the last hour constructing for yourself. Your pelvis is in ruins, but at least you're up free now, and riding like the wind. As you and the blood-spewing tick go tearing around the room, crashing into stuff, you hear a boy crying. You guess Ardata became distracted enough by your foolish display to cease her paralyzation method for him. Or maybe distracted is the wrong word. Maybe she's disappointed by your foolishness? Oh god, you might be blowing it right now. The tick swerves suddenly and starts running up the stairs. Ow, 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 your brittle pelvis feels every step of the way up. It careens through the rest of the hive, crashes through the front door, then comes to a sudden halt. You're catapulted violently over its backside and sail 50 yards through the air. You land on your ass and wipe the blood from your eyes. Okay, this was embarrassing, but everyone makes mistakes, right? You can still salvage this friendship. You know you can. You turn back to look at her hive. Ardata is standing in the doorway with a furious look on her face. She is flipping you off. You will not be my friend. Ah, rejection. She doesn't kill me, though, surprisingly. I guess I can't really die in all of these because... yeah, unless it's a failed route. I don't know. Okay. Because other ones have to come out, right? Yeah. Yay! Hiveswap! Friendship Simulator Volume 1! Woo! Yeah, it makes sense. She's got paralyzing them. She's got a tick lucis. We didn't really get to see what kind of lucis Diemen had, though, eh? No, really, like, anything about that. I'm assuming that for Diemen, though, it's something carnivorous, based on the fact that he loves to eat meat products, and he connected that to, like, missing his lucis. Like, him and his lucis used to eat all those meat products all the time together, so it's probably some kind of carnivore. But yeah. For Ardata, I more got thoughts about her aspect more than anything. Less so for her class, because I felt like I was just getting more just Scorpio vibes off her than anything else. Not so much thief, but sylph. But I was like, I don't know if that's actual sylph vibes or it's like just Scorpio vibes, you know what I mean? So that one I'm a little bit iffy on. And also, like, I'm more sure that her aspect is light for various other reasons, and I don't like that combination of her being a Sylph of Light when Irania is already a Sylph of Light, you know what I mean? But again, like, we don't know the rules about doubles for these friendship sims, especially because, like, their class specs are, like, really low importance to their characters in these things. Like, it's not necessary for their stories at all, so it doesn't, like, doubles wouldn't matter at all, you know what I mean? But it just seems kind of weird that the first, like, new Cerulean Blood we get would just have the same class, so you'd think they'd do something different. I don't know. I'm more sure that she's light than anything. If she's not a Sylph, she's somewhere in the square of, like, Mage, Seer, Witch, Heir. I'm leaning more towards passive, I think, more than anything, though. I don't see her as quite so active. Just a gut feeling for that, though. Like, not... Like, she seems more to just, like, passively want to, like, please people or do her little show. She wants to, like, sit back and watch. The only thing she ever does, like, to sort of force people's hands is, like, mind control them. Like, she doesn't want to eat. She wants to be fed, you know? Like, she wants to do all, like, stuff in a passive voice. So I'm leaning towards passive. So that makes her either a Seer or an Heir. But I already used Heir for Diemen, so I don't know. And then Seer of Light, it's like, okay, we already have a Seer of Light. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like she's somewhere in the square of, like, control versus knowledge. And then... Yeah, and then there's, like, paralyzing a person for passiveness. It makes sense. So I'm feeling passive. I'm feeling either, like, she's a control freak, so Heir, or, like, there's maybe less so for... Maybe more Heir than Mage then. Or, sorry, Heir than Seer then. But definitely, like, strongly light. And then... But the other thing is, too, that we haven't considered is that we don't know why Ardata and Diemen have been paired as the first two. Like, maybe there is something there. Like, they're meant to, like, share something in common. Because if you notice a common thread with both of theirs, it's like, both of them put up a sort of, like, their own persona at first, and then when something happened to make them upset, they broke down and started crying, and that's when you got their friendship, right? So it makes sense that between the two, they should have some kind of character thing in common. And I don't know if it's the fact that they might be Derse streamers, or I don't know if it's the fact that they might share, like, a class probably more so than an aspect. I don't think Ardata would be Hope. I don't see that at all. Yeah, it could be something there. And I have spoken before about how heirs make the best protagonists, just because of their nature of, like, just the way they are. That it's very much like an Heir of Heart, for example, is, like, the character that's, like, in a dating sim. And what was that actual dating sim that they made? That wasn't Homestuck, like, Surrounded, but I forget what it's called, but it had Homestuck characters in it. And, like, you, as the character, you were, like, a cousin of, like, that other dude. He had a cylinder head. I'm forgetting half of this. But he had a canon classpect, because if you did Jane's route or something with him, it showed him wearing an Heir of Heart shirt. And that was just like, oh yeah, it's, like, confirmation of, like, Heir of Heart is, like, you're the protagonist of a heart-based story. It's like a love and, like, romance-based story. So it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so that could be the reason why they chose Ardata and Diemen to be the first two that we get to see, because they're heirs, so they might just be, their thing in common is they might just both be heirs, and they have that in common with each other. That's all complete speculation, though, but again, that's what I'm making this stream for. My speculation on things. So, yeah, and it does seem more likely that she has more of a control thing, but, like, a passive control thing, which makes sense for Heir. So, yeah. So my thoughts, not conclusive, but it's just, like, I'm, like, 80% sure, I guess. Diemen is an Heir of Hope, and Ardata is an Heir of Light. That's what I would say. And if she's light, that means she's Derse light, which means that she is probably the sign Scorpio. So, hey, whenever her sign gets revealed, I guess we'll find out if I'm right or not. We'll see. Hey. Okay. So now that I've done that, I think I've done everything I can in the friendship sim. I think. Watch the credits. Like, I've done every route, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to take a 10-minute break. I'm going to stop the stream so I can cut it in half and upload them separately later. And then when I come back in about 10 minutes, I'm going to start reading Homestuck from scratch. Woo! out loud with my voice and things. So if you're here for that, I'll make another post on Tumblr to be like, I'm starting the actual like reading of Homestuck part. So yeah, I will see you guys in about 10 minutes or so. 7:20 p.m. from my end. See you in a bit.